Last week, independent filmmaker James O'Keefe and 3 other men were arrested in the New Orleans office of Louisiana Senator Mary Landrieu. And since that time, a number of allegations have been made about what O'Keefe and the others were doing that day. And joining me now for an exclusive interview to give us his side of the story is the man who gained national attention with his undercover Acorn videos, James O'Keefe. He's back. James, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
All right, let's start at the beginning, which is probably the best place to start. Tell us what happened.
Well, there were reports that Senator Landrieu, her constituents, were not able to get through to her. She said her lines were jammed for a few weeks after she received a few $100 million in money in exchange for her vote on the health care bill. So we wanted to get to the bottom of this because while it makes sense for your phone to be jammed for a day or two, it sounded like the fact that her constituents couldn't get through to her for a few weeks was troubling to us. So we wanted to get to the bottom of what was going on with her phones.
Okay, so now, and I don't know all the facts, so I want to make sure, because you've disputed a lot of claims that are in the media in your statement. So did you dress up as a telephone repair man or telephone repair people?
Yeah, I mean, as far as that's concerned, I mean, investigative journalists have been using a lot of these tactics for years. I mean, NBC, Dateline.
Yeah, all right. But did you dress up as a repair guy?
Yeah.
All right,
we did. We did. Yes.
All right. And your attitude is this is something that investigative journalists will do, that they will, like in, I guess, To Catch a Predator. Is that the?
I mean, well, there's been NBC. Acorn actually did one with NBC. They went into a tax office in 2005 and they put a video camera in their sunglasses. And they celebrated it in their annual report. You also had Food Line, you have 60 Minutes, you have 2020. I mean, these are things investigative journalists have been doing for years.
Okay.
So, I mean, and the reports about the wiretapping, the bugging, that's just completely false.
I want to get to that, but I want to go logic. The U.S. attorney has charged you with entering federal property under false pretenses for the purpose of committing a felony. So do you know what the underlying felony is here? I
mean, I can't, as much as I'd love to talk, I can't get into the legal stuff because, you know, this is an ongoing investigation. We're cooperating with the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Oh, stop. You're cooperating with the U.S. Attorney.
Well, this is an ongoing investigation, so I can't get into I can't comment further about it.
All right. And for the record, you're here of your own volition, and you are here without your attorney by your own choice.
Yes.
All right. So when you went into Landrieu's office, your intentions were what? What did you want to find out?
We wanted to get to the bottom of the claim that she was not answering her phones or her phones were jammed. We wanted to find out why her constituents couldn't get through to her. We wanted to verify the reports.
And what did you do the minute you got in the office? What were your methods?
We used the same tactics that investigative journalists have been using. In all the videos I do, I pose as something I'm not, trying to get to the bottom of the truth about why they weren't answering their phones or their intention behind not answering their phones.
All right. Now, did you think about it? Did you have any issues with the fact that this is a U.S. Senator's office versus, for example, going into Acorn? And that as a U.S. Senator, this is a federal building, this is federal property, you're going near federal phones. Did that enter your mind prior to going into this office?
Well, I mean, generally speaking, it's the people's office. These are representatives of our country. And we deserve to find out if they're accepting $300 million in money. We deserve to find out what's going on, why the people of Louisiana couldn't get through to her.
I understand that, but did you have any concern that she is a U.S. Senator? And we're talking about the security of an elected official. Did that?
Yeah, I mean, like I've said in my statement, I could have used a different approach to this investigation. And, you know, I think going forward, I'm going to try to be a little more thoughtful about how I approach these things.
Well, what you said is, on reflection, I could have used a different approach to the investigation, particularly given the sensitivities that people understandably have about the security of a federal building.
Yeah.
So in retrospect, are you saying that you wouldn't use this method in this case the same way the next time?
I think while I'll continue to do sort of undercover videos, I have to be a little more careful, a little more thoughtful. And I'd have to, the sort of investigative tools I use, I'll have to, you know, think about it.
All right. Now, one of the big questions, because if you look at, for example, the reporting on this, people almost immediately refer to this as Louisiana Watergate.
Yeah.
Because you were going to your phones. Did you or did anybody with you have any equipment, electronic equipment of any kind that could be perceived or used to tap into the senators' phones?
Well, let me be clear about this point. There was no bugging, there was no wiretapping, there was no interfering with phones. Not only was there no interfering with phones, we never even thought about interfering with phones. It never even occurred to us. So all that's completely false. A lot of these reporters just flat out, I think, slandered me. Immediately off the gun. They jumped the gun on this story, and we're still waiting for corrections from dozens of newspapers, mainstream media newspapers.
Will you sue them in the end if they don't make the correction?
I'm not sure yet, but it's journalism malpractice what they've done on this story, and it's inexcusable.
All right, but I want to go back to the original question. Did you or any of the people that were involved in you, did they have any type of equipment that could be used to tap the phones?
There was no equipment whatsoever used to tap any phones or bug any phone or anything like that.
I know, but you didn't have it with you.
No equipment with us.
No equipment that could be perceived, because there was talk in one of the articles about some guy that was in another location that potentially would be able to hear what you're doing.
Yeah, the reports that there were equipment being used to tap or bug are completely false.
All right, and why did you go to there was a talk about, did you go to the phone bank, or let me check your main phone lines? Yeah. Like, you picked up a phone at one point, I read, and then at another point, you actually went to the main, I guess, where the main phone circuit is.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to go into this, I just can't comment any further. There's an investigation ongoing, and I'm just going to have to leave it at that.
All right, but you did record the entire incident.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so if we were to show this video tonight,
right,
what would people conclude?
That this is a huge misunderstanding, I think. Like in all my videos, like in my Acorn videos, I'm trying to get to the bottom of something. I'm trying to expose the truth. I'm trying to get to the true intent about what these people think about their constituents. I'm trying to show the American people what are they concerned about their constituents. And that's what I was trying to do.
Well, but what are I guess maybe another way to ask, well, what is on the videotapes of the incident that are... These videotapes are now in the possession of...
The government.
The government. Mm-hmm. Is everything on there?
Our entire visit to the senator's office...
The whole thing?
Is actually, there's two different cameras. One was on the helmet, and one was on the cell phone. So there's tapes. The government has them in possession, and I want them to be released because they refute a lot of these claims being made by the media.
All right, we got to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to have more with James O'Keefe, more on this story, and also what his plans are in terms of future, I guess, investigative reports and what he may have learned from this event. And we got Dick Morrison